All right, how are we doing this morning? Let's see. If I was on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being a multi-millionaire mindset, how do you think that response fared? Closer to a 1 or closer to a 10? About a 2, yeah, 1 or 2 maybe. Remember I told you I teach you something called generative energy? Because what we're having here this weekend is called a generative conversation. And what the generative conversation is, like I shared yesterday, is to generate what you want for your life, and it's positive confirmations and affirmations in yourself. Because we're taught from a public school system not to be bragging about themselves. No, not many of us walk around saying, you know, I am awesome, I feel great, I am amazing, I'm a people and money magnet, all those type of things. And those are the things you must start doing immediately. Now again, for today, you're going to stay in these chairs all day long, just where you're sat. These are where you're going to be. As the mentors and coaches in the back ask you to come to the back room, quickly please go ahead and do that. Get out of the room, talk to them quickly, see what you can do to help build your business. And all of you on the After Acting reviews, I saw where quite a few are asking about the mentorships, the coachings. Is there some available still? I can tell you the top 3 tiers are almost gone. I think maybe 1's left, to be quite honest. All right, so there's something for all of you. You're all in the right mindset. And I know that for a fact, for those that go to the higher level mentorship program and coaching, it's going to quantum leap your success. It just does. It's what does it for all of us in the past that have used it, which is why we share that and have that available for you. We've created a win-win situation where you can partner with prosperity groups, have us hold your hand, we get a piece of the pie, you make money, we make money. Isn't that a win-win situation? Say yes? Yes. It absolutely is. So for you, I want to teach you something this morning called generative energy. I'm going to quickly go through a PowerPoint. I'm going to probably play my video here in a second. That's going to give you some great training and some entertaining stuff as well. Those people that are coming in late, take 1,000 points off your points game system. And at the end of today, we're going to give away literally thousands of dollars in prizes and possibly even a $5,000 one-on-one hour session with me. Who wants to win that? Put your hands up, say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to see what you do. We've been watching you, and for some of you, you've done very, very well. Like you really stepped to the plate, you really stepped outside your comfort zone, you've stretched. We've got people who we're going to be acknowledging today and this afternoon who have been accepted and paid and are in the mentorship programs moving forward, and acknowledging all those people. I want to have all of you on stage. I knew you all put your hands up, said you wanted to be in there, and I believe there's a space for everyone in the organization and in one of the mentorship coaching programs, some space in there. People ask me, how come you were so successful? Why did you get to where you're at? It's because I went to the next training, that's all. It's not that I'm just a super genius. It's not that I just was touched with a golden spoon of real estate knowledge and personal development. No, it's I bought real estate, then I bought personal development, then I bought tax liens, then I taught paper, then I bought negotiations. I mean, you name it. Everything that I'm teaching, preach from up here, I paid somebody else for that education. Now, I want to caution some of you that are walking around still with a pulper's mentality, because we're watching you. We got to have you have a shift. You got to have it here today. It's the last day. This is it. Agenda today, guess what? We hand you the keys back to your life. Good luck. And if you have a structure in place going forward, it'll be a little bit easier for you to get there, and you've got to start making powerful decisions. One thing you're going to want to stop doing, and I'm going to teach you this because I used to do it, and I got so many doors slammed in my face because I used to think like a broke person, like a pulper mentality. How do you like to learn a different way of being so that people of influence, power, money, somebody who has something you want will actually invite you into their lives and their world and their inner circle rather than slam doors in your faces? How many like to learn that this morning? Say yes? All right, so here's the quick, easy answer to that. That is, stop asking people of influence how they can help you. Stop asking them for favors. Stop saying, well, you're rich and you made it. Why don't you just give it to me? How many people know it's a pulper's mentality? How many people know that rich people that made it and got it and had to shift, read people in seconds from the words you're saying to them? Seconds, split seconds. And I noticed, because I cannot even count how many millions of doors I got slammed in my face. Because before I'd be like, oh, you're rich, why don't you just help me? Why don't you hook me up? Why don't you give me a favor? Why don't you discount that? Well, somebody went to the back and asked some of the mentors and coaches, even Tim, I think, gave somebody $10, asking him for money. What I've done in the past was I used to do the same thing. And those people, even if I ultimately paid for the mentorship coaching, because I tried to squeeze them and get a discount, there was always some kind of tension there. Even though they still mentored me, but I still didn't get 110% from them, they just kind of fulfilled. How many people know what I'm talking about? People try to get something from you. You kind of have a little thing there, and like really. And I'm not talking about you, but I see people smiling. I don't know any hidden conversations behind the scenes with this. I see some of you kind of looking guilty, and I'm telling you this because I used to do it. You know, I can go on my phone and my Rolodex, and I can literally pretty much get in contact with anybody on this planet. Maybe 3 people removed from me. That's it. How did I do that? Because I learned what I'm about to share with you. People of influence, here's how you get in there. I met Kevin Harrington at a party. Who knows who Kevin Harrington is from Shark Tank? I met Kevin Harrington at a party, Donald Trump. I got all the contact like instantly. Why? Because of what I'm about to share with you. So you're definitely going to want to write this down. You meet somebody of influence, here's what you say to them. Not, hey, can you help me? You made it. You're rich. Why don't you do it? Those things, trust me when I say this, will get your door slammed. And even if they ultimately finally help you, there's a little stigma there. So don't do that. I used to do this. Here's what I said now. I went to Kevin Harrington. We're in a 30,000 square foot house mansion in Tampa, Florida. 30,000 square foot. He has a full-size regulation basketball court in his home, complete with bleachers and a scoreboard because his son plays basketball. Not to mention the volleyball courts, and not to mention the indoor, the big square room. No, it's not racquetball or squash. Is it racquetball? Maybe it is racquetball. Yeah, big square room. It's all solid. Yeah. Be inspired. I'm telling you, I'm not that damn smart, right? I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, I love this. One time I did a seminar, and this 15-year-old boy sat there forced to with his mother because obviously she couldn't pay for a sitter, and so the kid comes in. He says, "Why do you think I gave that 8-year-old money?" Oh my God. She was very happy to be there all day. All of a sudden she's engaged and she's getting great information. How many people know that one day with her really got her mindset and shifted her tremendously, whether she knew it or not? Say yes? Yeah, so this 15-year-old boy comes in here and I'm showing my flaws. I come up here, I write on the board. I don't try to improve my penmanship. I literally had to ask this kid how to spell a word. When it comes to spelling, I'm not gifted by the gods. I'm just not. And I've worked at it and worked at it and worked at it. And finally I said, you know what, I don't care. Thank God for spell check. Makes me look like a genius now. And the craziest thing is that that lady sent me the biggest heartfelt video email that literally brought me to tears when I was home about a week later. And I still have it as a testimonial because she said, you know what? She goes, oh man, this is what I do this for, man. This is why I do this. I want to change people's lives faster and quicker. I had a miserable life before. I hated my life. Hated it. I used to get up in the morning and be like, God, I freaking lived again. This sucks. And I know it seems funny, but it's reality. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, yeah, I got another one. Today's going to be an amazing day full of prosperity. And I say these affirmations every morning, either out loud or to myself. You know, you need to start doing these things. She sent me an email that said, you know what, you changed my kid's life forever. He used to have challenges with spelling and penmanship and math, and he was challenged. The kids used to pick on him. How many people know that kids will pick on kids and they hurt people, and they tease, and it hurts kids. That old saying, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words could surely, right? I'm going to write a book saying sticks and stones could break your bones, but words could surely kill you. And it kills off your drive and your passion and your everything. So the kid went to school after watching this very successful, wealthy man before him show his flaws and mistakes and show you that I'm not perfect and I'm not a genius and there's nothing special about me other than the characteristics and traits that I'm distilling in you for these 3 days. And when I'm up here, as much as how many people get, I go very, very quickly and I'm pouring out as much as I can give you of the $500,000 in the last 17 years of education to give it to you. So it's just there. And it's a lot and it's a fast and I get it. But I'm giving you, I'm literally handing you, when I say write this down, it's a nugget. It's something I spent a lot of money and time, sweat, and tears transforming my life to get to have an amazing life and lifestyle. I got to go hang out with Ryan and Matt last night, or Mike last night, and I hadn't been able to really hang out with them socially before. And they got to really understand and see my relationship with Raiza and my life and my lifestyle. And I mean, my pity parties last like this long, and I do have them sometimes. I mean, all I got to do is look out the window early. You got 2 boats, shut the heck up and get back, right? I mean, it's just kind of silly. And when I get emails like this where that lady said, my 15-year-old son went to school with his head high, shoulders back. Kids were picking on him saying, you can't spell. And he says, I know, and that's what's going to make me a millionaire. So when I screw up, I'm not... You know, when I come up here, I'm very clear this is not about me, right? My old speaker ego guy, he's gone. I killed him a long time ago. This is about you and your life and how you're going to impact yourself and how your next 5 years is going to unfold or go in reverse. So you get to choose. And so I want you to make a real serious commitment today that you're the business owner, you're driving the car, you got your foot on the gas, and I say you floor it. And zip tie, duct tape, and glue that thing to the floor and just hang on. I want you scared. Somebody said on the comment sheets, how do I want to eliminate fear or something like that. I forget the exact words, I wrote it down. Because when I go through these comment sheets, I want to make sure where you're at. And I know that I go quickly, so I want to come back and go, okay, let me clean up what they thought I heard, or they thought they heard, but it's not what I really meant. So I don't know if they want to say who that was. It really doesn't matter who it was. But more importantly is, yeah, how can I make fear go away, they said. So here's the thing, you're not. Why do you think I asked you to go ask people for money? You got to get comfortable. Why do you think I can just be, how many people get, I'm pretty damn freely expressed. You should go out with me when I'm drinking. Like, I'll get in trouble. Like, there is no, I just have fun. I just do whatever. I'm limitless, right? And so I'm that way because I can just go up to people and I know, and I'm connected. I know exactly who I am. I know exactly who I'm not. I don't apologize for the challenges I have. I actually laugh at the things that I'm not perfect at. I get to poke fun and laugh at myself. People hear that all the time. And I literally just to get to go out, and I'll literally go up to anybody. I can touch the total strangers. I go up to people on the planes. I mean, I give people hugs on planes. I'm like, you know what, you look like you need a hug today. Guys, girls, doesn't matter. And it's like, because I'm just not limited by society's way of, here's the way you're supposed to be, little robot, act this way. And the reason why I did that is all the little things I asked you to do. So when I asked you to go out and do something that scares you, it's so that you start getting more comfortable with those things, because you're only scared of it because you made up a story in your head of why it's afraid, why it's fearful. Is that true or not? Say yes? Yeah, the arrow breaking, remember? How many of you were scared to death of that? We know one guy was really scared, right? And then you still did it. And then how many of you realize instantly as soon as the arrow break, you fabricated something 1,000 times worse? Say yes? Yes. Same thing you're doing all day long. How many people saw me pre-screen sellers on the phone with ease? Comfort beyond belief. One time I was talking to a guy in California. I was laying on I had a table up here. And I took my coat off and I laid down. I was laying down pre-screening sellers in front of 200 students. $1.2 million house. And I started messing with the guy. On purpose. Because it was my own lead. So I was doing things to show you can do what you want, and then you can even recover from it. I've actually done exercises with people in class where I call somebody and go, look, I'm going to call this guy and I'm going to piss him off. On purpose, to show you I can still buy his house even after I made him mad as heck at me. And when you can get, now how many people get that for you? We're going, oh my gosh, you may be mad at, right? When you're really clear and powerful in this space, it doesn't matter what they do. Oh, you heard, remember Elliot yesterday? Chewing me out almost. that's look, it's free entertainment. People freak out on you. Spouses freak out on you. Here's what I give you permission. Get out the popcorn. Start eating. It's a damn movie, right? We go to the movies, right? We go to a movie and watch this drama, right? We think it's funny on TV, but yeah, it happens in our life. We're all, oh, significant. Oh my God. They start spitting. Oh my gosh, Raisa gets mad at me. I'm like, that's funny. That's a good one. Which obviously causes what? Divorce. Divorce? Well, maybe it's why I'm divorced. I don't know. Maybe. No, actually, I'll tell you, some people, I noticed on some of your minds, well, if he's so powerful, he's a hypnotist, he's so great at relationships, why did he get divorced? And I'll answer that question for you. I got divorced because I'm extremely powerful. I could have stayed in a bad marriage for the rest of my life, like most people do, because of my kids, because my daughter was at the age where I definitely did not want to live without her. That fear of what was going to happen, the arrow was going to go through my neck. And I literally looked at the woman who I literally loved more than any person in the entire world. Scared to death of what might happen to my daughter, who knows where they're going to live, who knows what new guy she's going to be with, who knows how that guy's going to treat her, my daughter. And I looked at her and begged her for 5 years to stop doing the damaging things she was doing. And I said, please stop. I love you and I don't want to be without you. And I finally got fed up and I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life was look at this lady and say, I love you and I've got to get divorced. I've got to get away from you. I said, I'm not saying I won't date you or be with you anymore, but I have got to do this. You're using marriage as a tool over my head, as a leverage point, as a fear factor for me to try and control me. How many people know that some women will do that? How many people know some men will do that? I want to make sure I don't get some hate mail here. And this is what people do. And she had a drinking challenge, and she'd get drunk, and she would come and try and fight me. I'm like, I don't need to kick your butt to know I can kick your butt. This is weird. Like that was a relationship she's had in the past. Her dad beat her butt when she was a child, so I had sympathy for her. And yeah, remember I said take charge of your environment? How many people know that? How hard is it? How many people know, and if you're in the room, don't point fingers and all that. How many people know people who are married and know that they should not be married, yet they stay together because of stigma, because of society, because it's easier? How many people heard this one? It's cheaper to keep her. Let me tell you, it's true. Don't you women laugh at that? And the reality, all this, she told me if I ever divorced you, I'd take you for everything I got. Well, boy, she almost did. And it was the most horrible, horrible 2 years of my life going through a divorce. And it also was the most powerful thing I've ever gone through, which also is why I know I'm so damn powerful from stage. Because I can stand here and tell you, don't tell me you have a tough choice to make. I feel like I turned my back and I literally apologized to my ex-wife, said, you know, I got to apologize to you. I've given up on you. I went and got therapy for her. I went to counseling with her. I went to drug and alcohol addiction, sent her to that for 3 months. And when she came back, I said, look, I'll divorce. I want a divorce. I want it done. I'm sick of that being held up. But when we're done, I want you to whoever you're going to be during this divorce will determine whether I still want to continue seeing you and we can continue a relationship, or if I'm not going to be interested in doing that anymore. And boy, she drew the line. And it was because, write this down, hurt people hurt people. Write it down, hurt people hurt people. And when you're really clear on that and somebody's freaking out on you, it don't matter. Me and Raiza have a great relationship. She has full permission that if I freak out, and I'm 7 years old because that's what happens, high emotions equal low intelligence. How many of you know when you freak out, you act like a kid? You go to your defaulted 7-year-old childhood in you with your stories going on. Dr. Phil talked about this. You got 3 defining moments from 0 to about 10 years old where you made 3 defining beliefs that you think is true. And you live them for the rest of your entire life. And they run you right now whether you know it or not. It doesn't matter if you believe it. And every time you get high emotions, you go right back to that 7-year-old scared kid and you act like that. And if you really understand that, when your spouse or significant other acts that way, instead of looking at them in the adult meat suit they're in, because they're not present, they're 7, and instead of yelling and screaming and swearing back, you turn to them, look at them, and notice and realize they're 7. How many of you know that when you would treat it, how would you treat a 7-year-old who's having a tantrum? Would you swear at them? No. But you do that to adults. When you're really, see, that's how when somebody freaks out on me, I get to a different space with them. I'm like, man, that's sad. That sucks. They're stuck. They're somewhere that's not fun. And I bring fun to it. Raiza has full permission that when I freak out and I have my pity parties and I get grumpy, how many people know that I do get grumpy sometimes? How many of you know you never would not want to live with me? I wouldn't want to live. Your hand went up way too fast. I wouldn't live with me. There ain't no way. First off, I'm just crazy. I do all kinds of dumb things. I love excitement. I get up in the morning, I'm thinking stuff. How can I start a fight today? I gotta have something going on. We gotta have some drama. Let's have some fun, right? Let's bring our lives to a whole new level. All right? Like when I wake up, I know I'm alive. I'm here. And if people don't see me, they're walking around like drones, like, hey, I'm here. I'm like, I made it another day. High five, right? And they're thinking I got cancer or something. You know? I do these crazy things. Hang out with me socially. You'll see it. Because I celebrate life every day, no matter if things are going well or not. Not every day's perfect. Not every day I'm making tons of money. Some days I get, I was just like Monopoly. Some days I hit chance, and it sucks. I got to pay these taxes, right? Whatever it is. But I mean, love to experience the high times and the low times and experience it the same exact way as the high times. Say yes? Yes. I'll write this down. Stop making meaning out of everything. Stop making meaning out of everything. So I go up to David. I'm like, David, nice shirt. What did I mean by that? Nice shirt. Well, you don't know. Who's in here? Me and about 12 people, that's about it. Right? But you guys didn't hear what I'm thinking or saying. But what happens to us all day long when a seller says something, and I'm about to create a new class that I don't know has ever been created in the world. And it's called Tone Sales Negotiations. Somebody knows that I could turn to, Raquel? Where's your husband? Gerard. How many knows that I can turn to her and I could say this to her? Raquel, you're beautiful. How many people saw her body language in her face? She's like, I'll accept the compliment, a little quirky, but I'm not really thinking you. What are you feeling?
Well, I mean, happy.
Yeah, so she feels good. Now that's a certain tone. Now watch the difference. Is it okay if I speak freely to your wife? And I know you guys are married, you love her.
Absolutely.
Okay. Raquel, you are beautiful. And I think I love you, man. Look at the difference. Well, it was just tone.
How you doing?
How you doing, right? Going back to New York, right? It's what I found out is not only good. And here's how I came across this. I had a student in Dallas, Texas one time. And I knew her, and I knew she loved her son very, very well. And I talk about the words and power of words, and be careful how you speak to people. And some words are negative, some words are positive, and don't say those words. How many people think the word punk would be a positive or a negative word? So did I. I was wrong. Students teach me stuff all the time. I hung out with her socially. And her son comes in, and she's like, "What's up, punk?" Thought you said you liked him. What did you? And so I'm coaching. I'm like, well, you know, even though it's subconsciously, and what I realized is as I watched him over the course of time, that was a term of endearment to him, and that's the way he accepted it and took it. So it's not just the words; it's also what the meaning is behind your words and the tone in which you created. So it is generally a negative word. Yeah, it can be spun as a very powerful, endearing, passionate, loving word. Punk. There's a different conversation, different language barriers. Now, people thought it was pretty cool. Say yes. Yeah. So I don't hide my flaws, and I want you to either. I want you to be comfortable with who you are and who you aren't. How many people know you need to lose some weight in here? Put your hands up. Them fat little suckers up. Come on. Ready? Eat less, move more. I got up and I jogged 2 miles this morning. That's why I'm cooking. Right? How many people realize I'm dressed a little bit differently today? Who recognize that? Almost all of you. Yeah, of course. Why do I do that? I'm not traveling today. What do you think? How many people think I could have wore a t-shirt and shorts the last couple of days and been more comfortable? Could have wore sweats. So yeah, it's possible. It's comfortable. What else? Break the paradigm?
Yeah, because in the sense of season, well-dressed, distinguished, speaker, and now you're breaking that.
Yeah, there's a transitioning happening. Yeah, he's close. There's a transitioning happening. The bottom line, here's what it is. I dress down because today's the last day, and I'm not looking at you so much as a student, but as a peer. We're getting to be peers. And I want you to not pay attention to him talking to him. This is what I mean. How you do anything is how you do everything. And you guys are over here focused looking at the guy he's talking to. Stop it. Take control of your own environment. Whatever they're talking about, you nosy sucker, who cares? You're missing the conversation you came here for. How many people get distracted in life? Say yes. Well, stop it. And so, I really want to get clear on what you're doing. So this symbolizes the passing of the baton. You're the business owner now. I've taught you the best of the best that I could over the last 2 days, and now it's time for me to pass the baton to you. And say, start acting like what I've shared you to act like. Or shame on you for saying it don't work in a year or two from now. Because I promise you, you take the training, education, the affirmations, everything we shared you today, the last 2 days, and the training of how to do real estate investing, you fail forward fast with that. Just take action consistently every single day, at least 70% of the time, be on track, and I guarantee you, you'll be successful and become wealthy in the next 12 to 24 months. I promise you that. The question is, are you willing to do it? Who's willing to be dogmatic focused to be wealthy in the next 12 to 24 months? Say yes? Yes. That means sometimes not going to parties. I remember my daughter would have a birthday party. And people just thought I was the biggest heathen. Like, oh, what a bad dad. I wouldn't go to my daughter's birthday parties. When do you normally have birthday parties for kids? On the weekends or during the week? Weekends. Why? Because that's when all the broke people got off. That's the damn truth, ain't it? It is. I wait for the damn weekend. Oh, you guys hurry up, get done with that stupid busy work over there so we can go play on the weekend. I'm like, oh, this is my life, waiting for my friends to get out of work. I need better friends. I just realized that. I need richer friends. Well, all my rich friends are like all over, like here, like Tim and Dallas and California and oh my, Vegas, like all over. And so I did not go to her birthday parties that they saw because, no, when I celebrate her birthday, on the day. Because on the weekend, what am I doing? I'm out, touch mood, inspiring other people because that was my passion. That's what I wanted to do. My daughter was crystal clear on that. How many people know that sometimes people are with their children all day long, but they're never really with them? My daughter knows when I'm with her, I'm with her. It's not quantity, it's quality. My daughter gets that I'm 100% connected to her, focused to her, love her, and will literally protect her to the ends of her. She doesn't even need to know I'm around her anymore. She gets it. Daddy's going to be there. And she reaches out to me when she needs me. She's 16 years old. She's got a couple more years. And I still have an amazing relationship with her. Well, I can't believe the amazing relationship I got to create through her, through the divorce. That was my biggest fear in divorce. The heck with the money. That's sad that I'm losing the person I love, but my biggest fear was my daughter. How many people would kill for your kid? Put your hands up. Ah. Like I was like, oh, I'm going to go to prison. I can just see it. Just one guy's going to abuse my daughter and he's dead. I literally believe that. Thank God the guy that my ex-wife is with right now is an amazing guy. I text him all the time, thank you for being good to my daughter. He don't respond. I'm sure he don't know what the frick to do because I fight with Julie. Right? My ex-wife gets texts like, I don't like you anymore either. And hey, the guy you're with, hey, thank you, sir. It's a true story. Hey, I'm not going to sit here and try and fabricate the fact that I was just Mr. freaking awesome bliss, perfect ex-husband because I was the tyrant. I was hurt. I was mad. She did things that I thought she shouldn't. And I hated her for a long time. And I finally got over it, thank goodness, through all the training that I put together. And so we're finally now, 3 years later, we actually had a conversation about 2 weeks ago where we actually were laughing and kidding and playing back and forth like we used to when we were married. Now, I'm not proud of that pathetic 3-year time, and that's just what's so. It's just what's so. It doesn't make a difference. I don't worry about what you guys think about me with it. I share it with you to let you know there's things that are going to happen. You're going to have breakdowns, and to give yourself a permission to make mistakes and get off it with yourself. How many people know you are your hardest critic? Say yes? Yes. Yeah, you are. So surrender. Fine. I was an idiot. I screwed up. I'm going to Colorado this weekend. Going out there to see Raisa's parents. Going to hang out there for a couple of days. All kinds of challenging things are going to come up. I always tease her mom. Her mom's righteous. I'm righteous. How many people are righteous in here? Get your hands off every single one of you liars. I don't want to admit it. Yeah. Look, we're all righteous sometimes. We're all certain ways, certain times. And when you got to get what you get really clear on with the personal development side that I get to is that we're all the same. We all make mistakes. The difference is I had a mindset shift from a pauper's mentality to a millionaire's mentality where I get to love myself even when I'm doing things I don't really think are nice and respectful or the way I want to be known as. Because that's all there is to do. And that's living powerfully, wouldn't you say? Say yes? Yeah. So if you start doing that, whatever, so what? Okay, yeah, I screwed up. All right, I tried to cheat. I tried to sneak around this thing. I didn't want to do that. Whatever it is, let it go. Give yourself permission to fail and fail forward fast. And love yourself. God bless you. That's all there is to do. Turn to the person next to him, give him a high five, and say, you are awesome. Today's going to really mark. I want you guys to really take self-inventory of yourself. Where are you lying to yourself? How many of you know you lied to yourself? Try and make, oh, that's not what I did. I did this other thing. The hardest thing and the most powerful thing you're going to do is be 100% authentic with yourself. So you can just embrace who you are and who you aren't sometimes. What will happen is you'll actually start getting more in check, more in tune, to where you just start walking the walk and talking the talk and being who you're being and not apologizing for the way you are and really authentically apologize. I literally called Julie up and apologized. Later on, I really got the impact. I said, you know what, I gave up on you. I did. I'm sorry. Willpower wasn't so powerful. I gave up on you. And I literally was in tears crying when I did that because I didn't want to get divorced. I looked at it like a failure. That was part of the reason I want to stay married. I got to stay married. I'm the personal development guru. I'm the relationship coach. And I'm going to get divorced? What a big disconnect. And the reality of it is, after having gone through it, realized that's probably the most powerful thing I have ever done. Because if you want to add insult to injury, 5 years ago when this happened, I also got a DUI, so I was fighting that. And my assistant was stealing from me every single week to the tune of $250,000 and racked up all my credit cards, and I didn't even know about it because for a year and a half I was fighting with my ex-wife and not even looking at my statements. So when you tell me you got challenges, I can tell you right now, 5 years ago I was negative $250,000. So as you sit here going, oh, he's got the perfect light, all the moon's light. I never lost a penny in real estate. My assistant ripped me off blind. She's like, wow, we're making good money. And I'm glad I can laugh about that now, because how many people think that when that happened, I was really mad and freaked out and scared. I had 7 cars. I had to go down to 2. This is bullcrap. See what I mean about the pity party? Right? When I get on my pity party, first off, I have an amazing life and lifestyle. If you get on a pity party, no matter what you have, is there places on the planet you are really glad you don't live right now? Yes. That alone should make you shut up and get off of it. That alone. There's people that wake up wondering their children are going to be dead by the end of the day. Holy cow, how dare you have a pity party here. They'd switch with us in a second. I love to get grounded like this. Another thing I like to think about is, how many people think Elvis Presley was pretty successful? How many think you know he was pretty rich? How many people also know that Elvis Presley never held a cell phone? A cell phone. He never saw a computer. Start thinking about this. How many people know, let's back it up in time some more. Kings and queens, they got these big, huge castles. Kings never saw electricity. Never knew what AC was. Never knew what a hot tub was. Definitely never knew what a cell phone was. Start getting really grounded of how much you really got. That people in the past who were the top of the top of the top of the top of the food chain couldn't even scratch the tip of your toes in what you have on a daily basis. And they were the richest on the planet. Just being alive in this time makes you richer than them. That's called looking at it, being grateful in a different perspective. Some people really like the fact that I showed you that. I love that. Like every time I teach people that, like, wow, I never thought about it that way. Elvis Presley, top of his game. Every woman wanted him. Like all that. Well, that's one thing I don't have. Well, most women have an opinion about me. It's either coming or going. I make them happy when I'm coming to them, or I'm leaving. Get out of here, right? Don't be wrong. Sometimes the jokes don't go as good as they thought. In my head, it was hilarious. I got to tell you. But I want you to get very, very clear just how much you really, really have. I mean, I got an amazing life and lifestyle. You saw the video. I'm not going to play the entire video. I have got a massive, massive, great life and lifestyle that I'm going to share with you, but I want you to see a video right now. You got a question? Quick question? Sure. Good job. Yeah, you put me back on track. 1,000 points. What's the thing to say to power people influence? I had 30,000 square foot house with Kevin Harrington. I went to like literally 50 people around Kevin Harrington. They're all like, hey, can I get your cell phone number? Hey, how can you help me? Can you get me on QVC? I got this invention. Can you help me? They're all doing this. And I walk up, Will Power, and I said, how you doing, Kevin? Nice to meet you. I'm Will Power Duquette. I know you're really busy right now, but I'd like to know what project or projects are you working on that I might be able to help you with? You might want to write that down. It's $1 million statement. I said, what project or projects are you working on that I might be able to help you with? Not, hey, what can you do for me? I know you're rich. Can you hook me up? Can you connect me with Oprah? All the silly stuff they were saying. And he's going, oh, yeah. Deflect. How do I get out of here? It's all you can see on his face. What project or projects are you working on that I might be able to help you with? And as soon as you watch, I'm telling you guys, you're going to have kind of an unfair advantage because some of you don't have a full millionaire's mentality yet, and these people are going to think you do just by saying that one statement. Those statements are the type of things when you say, millionaires go, oh, finally somebody who's understands this. Now, some of you might go, well, what could I give a billionaire? What could I give Kevin Harrington? What could he possibly need from me? Start asking people those questions and watch. Because he actually answered. How many people know that I'm okay from stage? I do all right. How many people know that I sell okay from stage? Well, he was going to do a sales presentation from stage, and he's never done it before. Now, Kevin Harrington, if you ever met him, he has the biggest ADD of any man I've ever seen in my entire life. He makes me look slow and calm. I mean, he's like... He invited me to come over to his house for 4th of July weekend to help him with his PowerPoint presentation. 2 days later, I still had no idea what the guy was even going to sell from stage. Never mind, I'm going to help him be a speaker. Because I couldn't get him to stay still. And so finally I said, okay, I got to do a different perspective. I said, okay, Kevin, give me some bullet points. Give me one sentence. What can you offer to an audience? And he's like, oh, and he started bouncing up. Okay, got it. So usually I take a speaker and I'm going to train them and I'm going to teach them. I'm going to listen to their presentation. We'll look at their PowerPoint. I'm going to tweak what they're doing already. But Kevin Harrington, I couldn't do this with. He just literally was not going to sit still long enough to do this. Definitely wasn't going to come to a 3-day training or a 4-day speaker training. So I said, how am I going to help this guy who just literally can't focus for 10 seconds? And so finally I said, you know what, here's what I'm going to do. I said, you just speak and say whatever you're going to say for the first hour. I don't know what you do, what you're going to say. Because he's used to going in front of audiences on camera and having a speech. I can teach anybody to speak. But to try and ask people from the audience for money in 90 minutes, right, for thousands of dollars, that takes something, doesn't it? Yeah. And so I put these 4 PowerPoint slides together. I said, here, do whatever you're going to do for 4 days or for 1 hour. And when you get to these 4 slides, just read them. I swear. I'll email them to you if you got some questions about them, or if I'm wrong about what I'm saying your promises are, because I wasn't still clear what he was actually going to offer these people, and I don't think he was either. And we went to New York City, and out of a seasoned veteran, some speakers on stage, 30 years experience, with the Russ Whitney organization. He went up on stage and he was the number 2 salesperson by doing nothing except saying whatever he said for the first hour, which I don't know still, and then read my 4 slides and closed the number 2 salesman out of about 15 other top closing salespeople, sales presenters from stage, with literally 15, 20, some of them 30 years experience speaking. When you really get and you understand people, you understand that craft. The point is that I helped him, but in a different way. So sometimes when you're talking to a seller, it's not straightforward. People say, so people ask me about owner finance. What can you do with owner finance? Well, that's a big array. It depends on the person. All of this has to come into play. And the point being is I would have never been able to go hang out in Kevin Harrington's house for a 4th of July weekend if I would have said, hey, Kevin, can you help me? Can you get me on QVC? Here's what I can do. Which everybody was doing. And I think I was maybe one of 2 or 3 people that actually did get his phone number and email contact information. In fact, he didn't want to give me it in front of everybody because they all want it. So he took me aside and did it. So you got to ask people, what can I do for you? You don't know what it's going to be. Kevin Harrington, $6 billion a year. He's on Shark Tank. What the heck can I give him? Well, I don't know, but I know enough that I might have something for. It just happened to be that I had something for him, and you don't know. You will have amazing breakthroughs around what that is. Millionaires and billionaires need people. They can't do it all themselves. That's why they're millionaires and billionaires. I couldn't do it all myself. No way. I got people. You need people. How many people have heard about Hugo and his team he's building? Yeah. You need people. Tim, same thing. If you're never going to get past a certain level without putting systems and structures in place where you have other people help support you. And I can tell you that was a biggie for me in the beginning. Is like, I think Tim said it from stage yesterday, to like really give up control and just let them go do it. I'm thinking I could do it better than they could. You know? So I want you to watch this video and get a perspective of. Well, first off, I got to see if I can get this thing playing.
Thanks for sharing all that you did.
You're welcome. All right, I knew this was gonna. Techie people, help me. I should hit play. Yep. Yeah. Who said that? Did you call me Bill? My name is Will. Yeah, well, every time I teach that, that's what happens. In the back, I got 20 people trying to help me. I'm like, all right, I get it. Hold on, let me think about it. By the way, I'll share with you what it is. With my seminar business, is filling rooms for myself. That's marketing. That's my challenge. I'm not good at it. Don't like it. I don't like focusing on it. I'm being forced to do it because of the way the industry is and the way it's going on. Right? And it's not like it's a big challenge for me. I still get to go speak in front of audiences, but that's what I really need help with. Question? Somebody? Was it you, Jim? What you got?
So your name is William, but on the screen also.
Yeah, that's an old PowerPoint presentation. I told you, be inspired. The guy who did my voiceover died. Yeah, so it's been Bill, and I've been meaning to do it forever. It's not a hard thing to do. I could make a 100 times better PowerPoint presentation intro, and I just say, you know what, so what? I don't sweat the small stuff, just let it go. But yeah, I know. And I love when people come up to me and go, you know, that word was misspelled on slide 3. Yeah, what'd you learn about making money? I don't know, I was looking at the slide. But you write that down, what you focus on expands. What you focus on expands. Oh, it's playing, sweet.
But for the next contestant, the world of showbiz seems a million miles away.
It's Paul, a mobile phone salesman from South Wales.
By day, I sell mobile phones. My dream is to spend my life doing what I feel that I was born to do.
Paul, what are you here for today, Paul?
To sing opera. I've always wanted to sing as a career. Confidence has always been sort of like a difficult thing for me. I've always found it a little bit difficult to be completely confident in myself.
Okay. Ready when you are.
So you work at car phone warehouse, and you did that. I wasn't expecting that.
Neither was I.
This was a complete breath of fresh air. I thought you were absolutely fantastic.
You have an incredible voice. I think if you keep singing like that, you are going to be one of the favourites to win this whole competition.
I think that we've got a case of a little lump of coal here that is going to turn into a diamond.
Okay. Moment of truth, young man. Here's.
Absolutely yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
Paul,
You are through to the next round.
Congratulations.
Unbelievable. I like those people.
You must be over the moon.
I am. A bit shocked.
Oh, and as Paul heads home happy, the judges think they might have found something special in Cardiff.
I like shows where somebody isn't a professional, has a talent, isn't aware of it, has a normal job, and then you see something else. I like that. And that's what that guy
It's
had.
a lovely little gem.
Yeah.
A frog that will turn into a prince.
How many people got some really cool stuff out of that?
Oh, yeah.
Now, why do I show you that? Yeah, he's been all around the world. He's obviously opera singer. He's had his teeth fixed. He's an opera singer. Here's what I see about it. The reason why I share this with you is this is what I see in all of you. You're all out there being cell phone salespeople when you really should be singing your opera and doing your passion and really putting it out there. Some people saw his body language was not confident at all. Like when he was speaking, he was confident, or when he was singing rather, and then immediately when that was finished, thank you, I'm going to shut up and say something. Immediately, as soon as they started talking to him, how many people saw what he did? When he's singing, he's like, run! I'm not even going to attempt to do that, right? And then as soon as he got done, he went like this.
Right. It's like a release.
Because that's his inner. Remember I said every thought has a physical response, and every physical response is a thought. That's why I say generative energy. Here's how you have generative energy. How many people know what posture you are when you have energy? Move to that position right now, that posture, the power. How many people feel the energy shift just doing that? Yeah. So when you're not feeling so like this, stand up. And what happens is when I go talk to a seller, I'm like this. I'm talking to them. I'm confident. And so what happens is they're awake. They're attentive. They're almost like, not only that, I stand out as somebody different and new. That's what you're going to want to do as well. If I go to a seller, go, you know what I usually do is I take over people's payments, and so I get the house resold as long as the house qualifies. I might want to do something like that. Right? But isn't it the same exact words that I said yesterday powerfully? You got a different response. People always say that to me. How come? I asked them the same question. Why did they answer you? Tone and beingness. Who are you going to be? Start acting as if you're a multi-millionaire right now, proud of yourself, loving yourself, acting as if you are confident and certain of what you're going to say and do, even if you're not. And be confident about what you're about to say, and if you're not sure it's correct. Do your best you can to what you got, and fail forward fast. I'm going to share with you one more quick video that's going to help you eliminate all your excuses. How would you like to eliminate 100% of your excuses all day long with only 2 words? Who would like to do that? Say yes?
Yes.
All right, so let's see if we can attempt to get this started right now. If you saw this before, it's hilarious. You're going to have a great value out of this as well.
Dr. Switzer?
Yes, come in. I'm just washing my hands.
I'm Catherine Bigman. Janet Carlisle referred me.
Oh, yes. You are being very reliable.
Yes, that's me. Should I lay down?
Oh, no, we don't do that anymore. Just have to. And let me tell you a bit about our billing.
You know how to do it?
I charge $5 for the first 5 minutes, and then absolutely nothing after that. Opposites.
That sounds great. Too good to be true, as a matter of fact.
Well, I can almost guarantee you that our session won't last the full 5 minutes. Now, we don't do any insurance billing, so you would either have to pay in cash or by check.
Wow, okay.
And I don't make change.
All right.
And go.
Go.
Well, tell me about the problem that you wish to address.
Oh, okay. Well, I have this fear of being buried alive in a box. I start thinking about being buried alive, and I begin to panic.
Has anyone ever tried to bury you alive in a box?
No, but truly thinking about it does make my life horrible. I mean, I can't go through tunnels or be in an elevator or in a house, anything boxy.
So what you're saying is you're claustrophobic.
Yes, that's it.
All right, well, let's go, Catherine. I'm going to say 2 words to you right now. I want you to listen to them very, very carefully. Then I want you to take them out of the office with you and incorporate them into your life.
Shall I write them down?
Well, if it makes you comfortable, it's just 2 words. We find most people can remember them.
You guys write these 2 words down too. Yes. Write them down.
Okay, here they are.
Stop it! Stop it!
Yes, S-T-O-P, new word, I-T.
So, what are you saying?
You know, it's funny. I say two simple words, and I cannot tell you the amount of people who say exactly the same thing you're saying. I mean, this is not Yiddish, Catherine. This is stop it.
So I should just stop it.
There you go. I mean, you don't want to go through life being scared of being buried alive in a box, do you? I mean, that sounds frightening. Then stop it.
I can't. I mean, it's been with me since childhood.
No.
There are excuses.
No, we don't go there. Just stop.
So I should just stop being afraid of being buried alive in a box.
You got it. Good go. Well, it's only been 3 minutes, so that will be $3.
But I only have a 5, so
No, I don't make change.
I guess I'll take the full 5 minutes.
Fine. All right. What other problems would you like to address?
I'm bulimic. I stick my fingers down my throat.
Stop it! Don't do that.
But I'm compelled to. My mom used to call me fat.
No. No, we don't go there.
But
No, we don't go there either.
But my horoscope did say.
We definitely don't go there. Just stop it. What else?
Well, I have self-destructive relationships with men.
Stop it! You want to be with a man, don't you?
Yes.
Well, then stop it. Don't be such a big baby.
I wash my hands a lot.
That's right. I wash my hands all the time. There's a lot of germs in them. Yeah, don't worry about that.
I'm afraid to drive.
Well, stop it! How are you going to get around? Get in the car and drive, you kook. Stop it!
You stop it! I don't like this. I don't like this therapy at all. You're just telling me to stop it.
And you don't like them.
No, I don't.
So you think we're moving too fast, is that it?
Yes. Yes, I do.
All right, then let me give you 10 words that I think will clear everything up for you. You want to get a pad and a pencil for this one?
Right.
Attitude. Ready? All right, here are the 10 words. Stop it or I'll bury you alive in a box!
What I love about this video is my counseling sessions get a lot shorter now when I'm talking to you. How many people got a huge amount of value in that for yourselves? And its simplicity is amazing. Say yes? Yeah. That's all it is. Just stop it. Stop listening to that story in your head. Stop being stopped by fear. You're not going to overcome it. The fear is not going to go away. You're just going to be okay with it and become a mature adult and say, I feel the fear and I move forward anyways. That's all it takes. So if you're doing the things you know, how many who wants to lose weight, put your hands up, say yes? Yeah. Eat less, move more. You order something you know it's fattening, stop it. Get up and exercise. I got up and jogged 2 miles this morning, so I'm still sweating to death up here in this thing, actually. I haven't cooled down since my jog this morning. The first thought in my head was, I don't feel like doing that. Stop it. I'm committed to having an amazing body and healthy body. I'm committed to when I'm 50 years old, look as good as I did when I was 25 years old. Because I'm 49 years old. Just had a birthday. And I didn't know I don't look 49 years old, and that's on purpose. Right? I inspire people who are 49 years old. They go, wow, oh my God, so if you look like that at 49, why can't I? Well, you can. Stop giving a society saying, here's what you should look like at 49 years old. Here's how you should act at 49 years old. Part of why I'm so much younger, because I hang out with a younger person who actually has a young spirit, and I'm a young spirit. I'm not going to give in to society's rules that says at 50-year-olds I'm supposed to be an old, grumpy old man. Not doing it. I'm not going to give in to the fact that I'm supposed to have a beer belly. I'm not doing it. Let everybody else live that way. I still get on my jet skis and have a blast and go tubing and go do all kinds of crazy stuff I did when I was 25 years old. How many of you would want to do that at 50? Say, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get to decide. Don't let society decide your life. Don't let somebody else decide the way you're supposed to be. Don't give in to society's rules. Start taking charge of your environment. Stop the conversations in your head saying how you're limited. And just fail forward. Like say, just today's going to be a day that I go for it and become a multimillionaire. Regardless of what anyone else says you can and can't do. Does that make sense? Say yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's it. Any questions or comments about what I just spoke about this today or anything else before we take a quick break? Anything at all? All right, who wants to share a quick asking for money conversation that kind of got weird and sideways? Anything? Remember? In the back.
I stopped in the school after I left school last night.
All right.
And it was strange. The lady came up to me and asked me what I drive. She said, you have a car you driving? I said, yeah. And she said, well, can I catch a ride? I said, she had blood. She had blood taken. I told her, okay. But then I kind of thought about it. You know, getting late at night. And so I didn't see her when she came. When I got out into the parking lot, there she was. And so I just asked her, I said, do you have any money in your pocket? I ended up having to give her $20 because I didn't want to take her where she wanted to go. And I ended up just giving her.
So what did she say about money? How much money? What did she say when you said how much money?
She said she didn't have any.
Yeah. Like, how did you feel when you? How did you feel? Here's what you want once you get out of this exercise. How did you feel before you said it, and then how did you feel after you got the response?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a little bit nervous after because I told her I was gonna take her.
Yeah, you were worried about the ride you promised. But I mean, about that initial conversation, asking, was it weird for you at first? A little fearful, a little strange, a little out of your comfort zone? What?
It wasn't because of the fact.
Because of the situation.
I didn't want to take her.
Yeah, he was all focused on that. Okay, got it. So that's what I want you to get present to is how much drama did you dream up in your head about asking somebody about money, and then if you did it, and if you didn't do it, go do it. And then when you did it, watch what really happened. Because it's the same thing when you start talking to sellers on the phone. Does that make sense? Say yes? Yes. So everyone repeat after me. I am a people and money magnet. I'm a super successful real estate investor. Say I have power, power, power. Who wants more willpower? Say, oh yeah? See the link? I'm a hypnotist. Turn to the person, give them a high five next to you. Take a 10-minute break. Take them 10 minutes. See you next.